Some Russian soldiers in Ukraine are so demoralized, they're refusing to carry out orders and sabotaging their own equipment. They're even accidentally shooting down their own warplanes. All of that, according to the United Kingdom's spy chief. As the Ukrainians push back the invaders and take back territory, we're getting a grim look at the devastation and human suffering left behind. Alex Crawford, special correspondent for our sister network Sky News, shows us the hellish situation in a recaptured suburb of Kyiv.
Irpin is still far from safe, and we were taken into the town at speed with armed guards. This is the closest the Russians got to the capital, just a few kilometers away, and this is where they fought some of their most savage street battles. The fighting and bombing went on for more than a month. In parts of the town, there's hardly a building or home which is untouched. Ukrainian soldiers are still very much on red alert here.
Stop.
We're waved through, but they're extremely worried about any mines or traps the Russians may have left behind. And this is what is left of much of Irpin. What terror must have been felt by those living in these apartment blocks, as shell after shell came raining in, mortar after mortar, and heavy artillery. The place is littered with unexploded ordnance, in playgrounds, in residential forecourts. Nowhere was off limits, and there was no mercy shown for Irpin's residents. People obviously tried to pack their cars to try and get out of here as the shelling came in, and you can see the place is strewn with belongings as they tried to get out, but the shells were coming in and hitting even the vehicles as they tried to escape. They're still retrieving the many dead here. The exact numbers who died will take some time to confirm, with survivors talking of burying relatives and friends in the parks and playgrounds during the month-long bombardment. Ukrainian forces were not meant to be able to do this, drive back their much more powerful enemy, but they fought fantastically hard. Irpin has turned out to be one of the pivotal battles of the war so far, but whatever constitutes victory here has come with huge sacrifices. We found a few hardy residents who've managed to stick it out through the very worst. This is just terrible, Sergei tells us. All that's happened here is just barbaric. It's the work of a human who's very sick in the head. The near-constant attacks have seen the town virtually emptied, with all those we spoke to believing the Russians will be back, maybe to Irpin, certainly to try to take the capital again. And they have the problem of clearing it all of the highly dangerous munitions too. It's an enormous challenge, the capital's top police officer told us. Our specialists have calculated the longest period between shellings was about 21 seconds, he said. All their lives have been altered beyond comprehension. Yet as we left, those remaining still showed incredible defiance and fortitude. For the news, I'm Alex Crawford.